Push the button.
We're live.
We're live. It's doing it.
We're
We're doing it, Mom. Yeah.
Excuse halftime show. Take it, JT.
SCQS, we don't want to cause distress. SCQS, we are here to acquiesce. We don't want to cause no trouble. We don't want to burst your bubble. We're not claiming all the talents that would be so out of balance. Don't feel bad, don't take offense. We come to you with reverence. So we hope we demonstrated competition's overrated. You should feel appreciated. What do we got to lose? Nothing. Who gives up the win to take it on the chin? SCQS, go Skews! SCQS, we're the Tolerance Express. SCQS, we're odorless and colorless. Victory will be compromised of expectations. Compromised. Everyone is now a winner. Let us take you out to dinner. We will never brag and boast here. Let us be your gracious host here. All ye skewsers, sheathe your sword. Ye shall never sow discord. Peace and love are thy reward. What do you got to lose? Nothing. Who would rather die than make opponents cry? SCQS, Skews, go Skews! SCQS, we will root for your success. SCQS, let's give the hate the full court press. Every view is tolerated. Let's stay unaffiliated. The field is level. No one's better. Every jacket gets a letter. No more bragging. No more boasting. We can get through life by coasting. For homogeny, we give a cheer. Inferior feelings disappear. Everybody's equal here. So what do we got to lose? Nothing. Who's content to fail to let your team prevail? SCQS, Skews. Go Skews!
Please, everybody.
Deafening, it's deafening.
Everybody, take your seats. Welcome to the annual SKUs Super Bowl halftime show. This is the sort of analysis, game analysis, and commentary that you're not going to find anyplace else. We have been looking forward to this for weeks and weeks, and we are pooling our collective resources when it comes to sports knowledge.
Not that we have any more than anybody else.
Right. We're pooling all of it.
Yeah.
All of it. And we're going to bring you an update. We've got a few commercials that we have produced that you're not going to be able to see anyplace else either. And so before we get to those, let's go around and introduce the commentators. My name is John, and I know virtually nothing about football. Brian.
I am Brian. Brian April, and are we talking about the? We doing analysis right now, or are we just introducing ourselves?
Well, you can do analysis. We'll just introduce ourselves. We'll go around, so make everything. Yeah.
Brian April.
Mm-hmm. I am Juan Vivo, and I'm just here because there's absolutely nothing else going on right now that's more entertaining than what we've got here. Although it's of equal or lesser value than other entertainings. Not to say that we're better, but this is the thing. This is the place to be. This is very entertaining, and I've got so much planned.
Well said. JT.
I'm JT Oaks, and I'm happy to be here. I have a Miami Dolphins toboggan cap.
Somewhere.
I'm wearing a box that I wore when I was a kid. That's all I have to do.
What we should have done was we should have done the way they do in the games, where they introduce them and they say what school they went to, right? And they say what position. So you would be like John, host, University of whatever.
University of Community College in Westville, Indiana. I'll get started and then we'll kick it around just like they do in the actual Super Bowl analysis. There's going to be game updates, and I'll start because I've been watching the Super Bowl closely this year, both teams. And what are the teams that are in the Super Bowl again this year?
The Rams and the Bengals.
The Rams and the Bengals, right? And that it's Los Angeles and Cincinnati, I believe.
Nice.
Correct.
All right.
Very good. That was going to be my first question to you. Do you know what city those teams are from?
And those are cities in the United States too.
Yes.
Now, here's what I've noticed, you guys, that the teams that are scoring the most points, the team that's scoring the most points so far has been the team that has been tackled the least. And my analysis is that if the person carrying the football can avoid being tackled, that is better for the team. So I think what we're going to see coming out of the halftime is we're going to see both teams trying to be tackled less in the second half of the game.
If at all.
Right, if at all.
Yes.
So I don't know, Brian, what would you say?
That is, you are absolutely 100% right. And ultimately, John, as you know, the team that scores the most points is definitely going to win this ball game. So I think that's something to keep an eye on as well. It's been a very good game, though, actually, for football fans. It's 13-10. The Bengals are starting to be able to move the ball against the vaunted Rams defense, which is their defensive line has been getting quite the push up front into the pocket for Joe Burrow, forcing him to some short throws, some fast throws, some incomplete throws. And the other side, you have Matthew Stafford, the quarterback of the Rams, who's prone to make mistakes in big games. And he's made a couple so far today, a couple bad throws, a couple good throws for some touchdowns, but had an interception in the end zone, which allowed the Bengals to kind of crawl right back into this game. The Rams jumped out to a nice lead, but the Bengals are right there, and it's still, anybody's guess.
This kid in my high school named Spivey Russell, and he was famous for his incomplete throws. He would throw them, and they would freeze in midair. And they'd have to completely stop the game, and they would have to take ladders out onto the field and climb up and take the ball out of the air to get it back into the game.
Sometimes you get a basketball, you throw a basketball up there to knock it out.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was like a supernatural incomplete pass. Unbelievable.
He did pretty good in Vegas, I heard.
He did. Yeah, he worked with he opened for David Copperfield out there for a while.
Hard to figure out who to bet against when you've got a guy that can freeze the football in midair.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
No one could get it. I know I had a lot of fun watching the football in the first half, but like right now there's no football going on. So while we're waiting, I wanted to show you guys something to kind of keep us entertaining, you guys that are watching. So I've learned some close-up magic. Sweet. I was going to check this out. So pick a card. You guys pick a card.
That one.
Yeah, this one. This is your card?
Yep.
This one right here? So, okay. Is this your card? Was this the one you were thinking of?
That's the one.
That's
it. That's amazing.
I can't tell you how I did that because that's just the way it is.
Incredible.
That's just a taste of what I got going on down here. I got all kinds of stuff that I'm going to pull out for a second.
Are you in an underground bunker?
Yeah. Well, the beans are. I have no can opener for the beans, so I'm kind of in a.
Okay.
I have to wait till the thing reopens. But anyway, did you guys think of a card? Okay, think of one. Is this the card you were thinking of?
Yeah,
You're thinking of that one?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
that's one of them.
There you go.
Yep. I was thinking of the 8 of Hearts.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
that's in here. It's like, see it? I think it's in here. I forgot to count them.
All right. Hang with us, everybody. We're going to go to our first commercial break.
Hey, there it is.
You should come up and there we go.
It's almost midnight, and you know what that means. Snacks. Every midnight snack subscription box is backed by our love it or leave it guarantee. Each week, you'll receive a new box of 7 snacks, one for each midnight of your week. curated just for you with every delivery. There is an undiscovered world of snacks out there in the dark, and we work the graveyard shift to make it easy for you to get the midnight snack you deserve. We started Midnight Snack because we wanted to remove the guesswork from deciding what to do about that rumbly and the tumbly that begins to tell around midnight. Midnight Snack is more about a midnight experience and not just another snack. Midnights come and go, but midnights with your favorite snack linger long past the witching hour. And pleasure and anticipation is what drives you to the next midnight. Set your clock by us. Discover bewitching brands, haunting new flavors. Up your midnight snack game. Have a midnight snack before it's too late.
The midnight snack is back.
It's not over. It keeps going.
That is brilliant.
That was.
I'm already ordering. I'm already subscribed to it.
That's right.
I signed up for the 3-gallon Gatorade midnight snack option.
That was disturbing, wasn't it?
It was disturbing and a little romantic, so I'm conflicted. So, plus the cupcake subscription, that was an average of like 4 or 5 cupcakes a night every midnight. It's like 5 cupcakes.
Midnight snack of 47 cupcakes.
That's right.
And they'd like slid against the side of the box. And they were all squished
Unwrapped.
That was
where they've
great.
been shipped from.
How did you know that? How did you know that a quart of Worcestershire sauce is my favorite midnight snack?
My other favorite was the already opened Werther's Originals. had already been torn into. You can get the discount slightly used snack
So those are
subscription.
those are available.
That was
website.
that was like Barry White and like Sloth from the Goonies. combined.
Yeah.
That's
So-
great.
The
By the way,
game-
the Midnight Snack people paid like $2 million for that spot.
Yep.
They did.
So
We're set for the rest of the year.
That's a lot of
Our
a lot of
expenses
money.
are
Yeah.
covered.
Yeah.
they did. I would like to
Yes.
see some of that money. So the Super Bowl comes around once a year, and this year, Brian, and this is a sincere question, these two teams are and maybe it's just my own ignorance, but the Bengals haven't been in a Super Bowl for a long time, have they?
They have not. It's been, I believe, 33 years, and they have been a historically bad franchise. Their nickname is the Bungles because they just bungle everything up and mess it up. And they've never won a Super Bowl. And the times they've been there, they've just heartbroken and terrible records. So this is a big thing for them. The Rams were in. The last time was, I believe, 2018. They lost against the Patriots. Go Pats. And they have just moved recently in the last few years from St. Louis to Los Angeles, and now they are back in the Super Bowl.
Okay. Now, I was watching briefly the biathlon on the Winter Olympics a couple nights ago because I couldn't sleep. And so I watched the biathlon, and it seems to me that watching guys ski across country and shoot at targets, lay on the ground and shoot at targets, that made more sense to me than the game of football. Is that also just my misunderstanding, or is there some truth to that as well?
Well, originally football started from biathlons, and originally they had men on skis in pads with guns, but they stopped doing that. There was a very famous game called the Ice Bowl, and that is how they tried to go down the field, and it looked like those electronic football games back in the day where we're just vibrating, go, and that's what it looked like. And they said, maybe we should get rid of the skis, and then they get rid of the guns later. But
I think it was a mistake to get rid of the guns, because I actually thought that the biathlon, if rather than shooting at the targets, if you could shoot at the people who were in front of you, it would be a different game.
Yes. There would be definitely a much bigger emphasis on less tackling and more getting out of the way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. What do you think, Juan?
I agree with everything you guys have said, but right now there's not really anything. Since there's not anything going on, I thought that kind of spice things up a little bit. Okay. So I'm going to read. I'm going to do a dramatic reading of somebody else's Harry Potter fan fiction. So let me see how this works out. So this this is a representation. Okay, here we go. So we got this, and here it is. Harry was sitting behind his desk. He felt tears well up in his eyes. After their last adventure, Harry Potter found out just exactly how cruel people could be, how nasty and inconsiderate real humans actually were. The Seeker stared at a picture of a polar bear, a magnificent beast who would not hesitate to kill him, ripping him limb from limb. But at least it would be quick. Not an overlong conspiracy for many years, just to be unleashed on him when it was his weakest and darkest moment, when he needed his friends the most. But there had been one tiny ray of light in this whole. Harry remembered fondly the day he discovered it. It was Tuesday morning. He remembered the memories surfaced before his mind's eye took the most wonderful shapes. Before Harry well knew it, a single tear welled up in his eyes and trickled down his cheek, because even when all his friends betrayed him, there was one constant factor in his life: Voldemort. And the Gryffindor knew that the rising aspirations between them could never become true. The feelings the Gryffindor had for the he who must not be named, Voldemort, were only thing in his world that still felt true to him. No lies, just that single pure sense and feeling for Voldemort. Alas, the bespectacled boy thought to himself hopelessly, why must they battle? Why must Harry be destined to destroy the Parselmouth? Can he ever tell the Dark Lord how much Voldemort means to Potter? If only he could. Then all his pain would be over. No more betrayal, no more suffering under the laughter from Hermione, who told him she loved him only to stab him right in the heart at Valentine's Day. No, only Voldemort and the chosen one's true feelings for him. Yeah, man.
Bravo.
Yeah.
Academy Award goes to.
Yeah, better than live music. That's why we do it here. Yeah.
The little doll adds a lot.
Did I even get it in the shot? I was trying to read.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Can't you see my?
Yeah, the little doll adds a whole lot. JT, would you like to give your commentary before we go to our next commercial break?
I just want to say I never thought I'd live to see the day when I'd be forced to choose between soup and a bowl. It's ridiculous. The ultimatum is completely unreasonable. I've been eating soup from a bowl since I was knee-high to a grasshopper, and I don't think anybody has the authority to make me choose between soup or bowl. I'm very offended because you think about it, they go together like peanut butter and jelly, like ham and rye. I think it's a crime against nature, and I defy all mandates from anybody who would force me to choose soup or bowl. So when I eat soup, I'm going to bravely dip it in my bowl, and I'm going to consume it from said conveyance. And this is tyranny in action, my friends. They can have my soup and my bowl when they come and pry it from my cold, dead fingers. That's how I feel about it.
Well said.
Soup or bowl.
Yeah.
That's not the sort of commentary I was expecting, but you would say, you would, rather than soup or bowl, you would say soup and bowl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Super
it's
bowl.
Understood. Or just say soup. The bowl is like the silent E. It's just assumed.
Well, like you could have a bowl that's just for soup, and you call it your soup and bowl.
Yeah,
this is
that's
for
fine.
souping.
That's fine. It's when they put that "or" in there. That soup or bowl.
Did I tell you that it's always the right idea to not make assumptions, though, JT? I would go along with that analysis that when you order soup, to assume that you're going to get a bowl is not necessarily wise. I tell you guys that I went into Cracker Barrel and tried to order an omelet recently, and they don't serve omelets anymore. Did I tell you about that?
No.
Did not.
Cracker Barrel. Went into Cracker Barrel and said a ham and cheese omelet. They said, we don't serve omelets anymore in Cracker Barrel. And I said, all right, I'll just have oatmeal. And they said, we don't serve oatmeal anymore either.
What?
And I looked around and I said, I don't see any barrels. Do you guys have crackers? If you can't get breakfast food at Cracker Barrel, something is desperately wrong in the nation.
Yeah.
So she said, we don't have omelets. And I said, all right, I guess I'll just get an old timer's breakfast. And then she said, how do you want your eggs? And I said,
take 3 of them.
I said scrambled with ham and cheese in them.
Did they do that? They did that though for you?
No, they didn't do that for me. She was onto my ploy. All right.
I had a similar issue, but I know we don't have much time. But we'll talk about this some other time.
No, go ahead.
Denny.
I got to pull up the next commercial.
Same thing with Denny's. I went to get I wanted a bacon and cheese omelet, and then they're like, "Yeah, we don't have that. That's not one of our omelets." And I was like, "Okay, but you make omelets, you have cheese, and your bacon." So I ended up having to order a ham and cheese omelet. Long story short, hold the ham, a side of bacon, and then I just crumbled the bacon into the omelet.
That's sad.
Because apparently that was too difficult.
Right.
And that took about 20 minutes, no lie.
Assemble your own omelet.
Oh,
Yeah.
goodness.
You can get whatever you want in a restaurant if you're willing to make it yourself.
I believe they called it a deconstructed omelet, and it was a live chicken and a pig and
Reverse
cow.
engineered.
Yes. And they just brought them over to there, and you just had to wait.
What came first?
Yes. The check.
All right. We got a break for another commercial.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
Two-wheel steel-belted trash can is the only trash can worth a good hard cram. The largest towing capacity in its class and a competition squashing 13-to-1 angle to weight ratio. The 96-gallon Totem two-wheel steel-belted trash can is the obvious choice for handling all of your garbage problems and your garbage life. You may even want to spend all of your time with a 96-gallon Totem two-wheel steel-belted trash can. Take it to the lake and talk to it about your feelings, and it will listen. Its textured granite finish hides scuffs and scratches. The lower handle height makes Totem trash cans easier to tilt. The rugged rim design and bottom wear strip provide added strength where it's needed most and will never let you down on poker night to be with its family. Trash cans are manufactured using an advanced rotational molding process for years of maintenance-free service, so it won't keep you up at night with its snoring. Get out of the house and go to your nearest Totem dealer to buy your new best friend today.
Man, that is a trash can that is man's best friend.
How much did Totem pay us for that?
Behind the
slide?
scenes, that's my own overalls.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have to buy that or anything.
It's the sort of trash can that you can be proud of when you drag it out to the street. Some of the trash cans that we've got, the city trash cans, it's kind of they don't have that much. They don't have that much testosterone. So, all right, unfortunately, we're already bumping up against time. I knew that we would. So we've got to do another, just a real quick round of before we break for our last commercial, and then we got to go. But the other little thing that I wanted to throw out for your consideration and for the viewing football fans is, in my observation, at least in this game, that the lines that are painted on the field and the colors in the end zone, I don't think have a whole lot of impact on the teams and the way they're playing. I mean, I think the lines are what they are. The colors in the end zone are what they are. And if I was going to say how important is the color of the paint in the end zone, Brian, I'm going to say it doesn't really matter that much. I think that the performance of both teams would be just about what it is, even if the colors were completely different. What do you think?
Well, here's the interesting thing about the lines on the field. Actually, they do have, for those who are watching the game, you will see a yellow line that is constantly moving. Sometimes it'll be red. And what that is to give a visual representation. That's all graphics. That's not actually on the field. If you were there, there is no yellow line.
Are you sure about that?
I am sure. So what that does is that indicates where they need to get the ball for the next first down. And then they will change it for when it's fourth down, they make it red to build the drama, because red is that color of, this is important. So there are certain fields that they have these graphics that they do over the field. But if you were there at the stadium, John, you would not see that yellow line. You're technically correct. It's not motivating them, because that line is actually not there. That's just there for television. But the ones for the end zone, they do see that, and they are trying to get there.
Okay, I'm going to disagree with you, Juan.
I heard a lot this week in the chatter, about the game. I heard a lot this week about live music, and I thought, well, that's a pretty good idea for entertainment. So I'm going to play some live music for you guys. You ready?
All right.
Wait a second. I got this last part. Hold on. Yeah, that's right. You're not going to see live music like that tonight.
That was amazing.
The only place you can catch is right here.
Yeah, you don't get a lot of banjo music at other halftime shows.
No.
And no lip syncing, by the way. There was no lip syncing with that performance.
Actually, JT is a much better banjo player than me. By the way, he taught me. He taught everything in there.
Well, I do want to give a shout out to JT for the fight song. It was perfect, and it actually represented our perspective here at SCQS, which is we're not really trying to win anything. We're happy to share the trophy. We just like to participate. So
we're just happy to be here.
JT, as I get ready to pull up our final commercial, have you got any more commentary that you want to add?
I wrote a little ode to anyone who feels the way I do about soup.
Oh,
it was inspired by the Agincourt speech in Henry V. And the day of soup or bowl shall ne'er go by from this day to the ending of the world, but we in it shall be remembered. We few, we happy few, we band of brothers. For he today that sups soup with me from a bowl shall be my brother, be he ne'er so vile. This day shall gentle his condition, and gentlemen eating soup now on plates with forks shall think themselves accursed they were not here, and hold their manhoods cheap, whilst any speaks that fault with us upon soup or bowl day.
Let's kill the French.
That was almost as inspiring as the trash can commercial.
Nothing's as inspiring as that.
All right, we got one more commercial sponsor that we've got to get to, and then we're going to wrap this up. So let me. I should have this going. This computer's slow. All right, so our last commercial sponsor. Here it is. Hello, my name is Randy McCoy. Did you know that over 70% of people suffer from short-term memory loss? It's true. Maybe you're one of them. Have you noticed yourself quickly forgetting things? Can you even remember my name? Well, let's rewind this video and see if you're right. Hello, My name is Arthur Smith. Did you know that over 70% of people suffer from short-term memory loss? It's true. Maybe you're one of them. Have you noticed yourself quickly forgetting things? Can you even remember my name? Let's rewind the videotape and see if you're right. Hello, my name is Elwood Harper. Did you know that over 70% of people suffer from short-term memory loss? It's true. Maybe you're one of them. Have you noticed yourself quickly forgetting things? If you have trouble remembering things that you just saw or heard, then you need to try Rememberson. It will help you remember stuff. You're not going insane. You're just a little forgetful. Get Rememberson. And remember, short-term memory loss is a real problem for a lot of people.
I think I got a random bottle of that in my midnight snack box one week.
Well, there's no reason to struggle with it. If you find yourself forgetting things, there's medication now that's available, and we wanted to make sure that that everybody.
You have to watch the dosage on that because I did get sparks one time. It's not pleasant. Sparkage is not pleasant.
Mm-hmm. It's always good to be aware of the side effects. One of the side effects is short-term memory loss. That's correct. All right. So we have sadly come to the end of our Super Bowl halftime show. That's as much commentary and entertainment as we can pack into this, Juan.
Oh, man.
Join us next week. Next week, it'll be our regular time, 7 o'clock.
Yeah, I'll just play
we
us
will give
out.
a shout out to the Skeezers next week. We will have original music next week. And Jasmine is going to be with us next week. So we're going to be another lesson in learning how to speak Australian. That's the show. Thanks for tuning in. JT, why don't you play us out?
Now we need a recorder
JT.
to play us out.
I forgot to tune it up. It's
No, we got to have the recorder. You can't bring that out and tease us with
All
it
right.
and not play us
Well, I
out.
was
Play
gonna-
us out with the recorder while you look at our awesome Superbowl logo.